Look, here's the reality. Sora 2 wasn't really designed to make you money, but a few people, myself included, figured out how to turn it into a cash cow. And the crazy part is, I think OpenAI is trying to keep this method quiet. In fact, think about it. The tool has been around for probably a month now, and it is still set up by invite-only access. Why is that? Either way, in this video, I'm not only going to show you how to generate cash flow using it, but I'm also going to show you how to get free access like I did, and I'm also going to be giving away one of my invite codes to one of you watching this video. I'm also going to show you the exact strategy that I've seen other people using to generate cash flow with Sora 2. So a lot of these people, just so you know, don't have technical experience. They don't have editing skills. They're just using this app that already exists because it's built on AI technology to be successful. And it's all about smart positioning. And so, yes, I'm going to be giving you access to everything for free, including some of the tools and softwares that I use to be even more successful with this. So you're going to want to watch this entire video. Because the reason that Sora 2 is so powerful is because when it dropped, most people focused on generating meme videos. I mean, I've seen a lot of videos with cats and guns or people focused on movie style videos, but those are basically useless, especially if you're trying to build a real income online. So while people are chasing likes and views and comedy, a few marketers, again, myself included, realize something. Small businesses in your area will pay you for Sora style content that actually gets them attention. Restaurants, real estate agents, tour companies, pet groomers, small businesses in your area that you frequent on a regular basis. They all want cinematic type advertising content for their social media, but they don't want to pay studio prices. And if you really think about it, businesses everywhere need this type of short form content, attention grabbing images or video so that they can post it on social media. The reason they don't is because they don't have the time or money. So that is where you and I come in. And it makes total sense. Now, why should you listen to me? Over the last 30 days, I've generated, this is my Square account. You can see my company is called Mina Marketing. I've generated $53,000 in revenue. The average sale that I have sold is about $3,500. And I'm going to refresh this so that you know that this is live and it's not some screen grab, screen capture, whatever you want to call it. I'm going to filter out by this month, and you can see $53,000 in revenue. Now, not all of these clients are buying Sora 2 content, but they're buying AI-related marketing services. Now, I want you to be aware that Mina Marketing is a AI marketing company out in Maui, Hawaii. This revenue has nothing to do with YouTube or my software company or anything like that. This is all 100% working with small businesses in my area, selling them AI subscription-based marketing services, just like the one that I'm going to share with you in this video. Again, this is where you and I come in because these small, outdated businesses, they usually don't know how to adopt and start using AI. Back to the video content that you can create with Sora 2, you don't need a camera crew. You don't need to go to film school. You don't really even need a camera. You just need a laptop and a little know-how, which I'm going to show you in this video, and you can get set up doing this. Now, I'm not showing you my numbers saying that you're going to be able to replicate my numbers and success overnight or even to brag. I'm just sharing with you my results so that you know where I'm at with this topic, because it's important that you know, especially if you're going to watch this video, that I take your time and attention very seriously. There are a lot of people out there that have no business sharing information on the internet. I'm not one of them. I actually have this business. I've been doing it for over a decade at this point. And real quick, before we get into all of these types of Sora-related content and giving away some of my invites that I have left, I have 2 invites left, and I'm also going to show you how to get free access to Sora 2 if you don't get one of my invites, I do want to give you something for free. Now, if you like this topic of building an online business and getting AI subscription-based clients, I want to give you my 4-part AI fast track training for free, where we spend even more time together. I give you my tactics to get AI subscription clients that pay me monthly. I'm also going to give you 30 days free to the best AI software tool out there that I use to get clients and run my business. It's totally optional if you want it, but I'm sure by the end of this video, you'll see why it's so valuable. It just makes things so much easier. And so just please be sure to like this video, subscribe to my channel if you haven't already. Not required, but always appreciated. Consider sharing this video with a friend who should get started with this business model. And lastly, just comment below and I'll send you a direct link to the fast track, the software, and the other bonuses that I'm going to be including in this video. And I do appreciate everybody that's showing up live in the chat, Digital Carnage, Doobie, Luna, lots of people. Appreciate you showing up live. Now, let's talk about what we're going to be covering, because for those of you that don't know Sora 2, I'm going to give you a quick little recap. As I mentioned, it's on invite only, right? And I've been giving away invite codes. Jay the Advisor was my first winner. I'm going to be giving away another code in this video. We're going to be talking more about that. So stick with me here. But I want to give you a quick snapshot of what we're going to be covering from the beginning to the end. I'm going to show you how to get free access to Sora 2. I'm going to show you how to pick a business in your area, how to generate the video content that actually promotes something to get them interested in paying you, and then how to reach out to them and actually convince them to pay you. Before we get into that, quick little recap. What is Sora 2? Sora 2 is an AI system made by OpenAI that lets you create videos from text prompts. You tell it what you want, and optional, it actually creates videos of you, which is crazy, right? You can see these videos of my cameo that looks a lot like me. You probably couldn't really tell a difference. Now, shortly after Sora was released, it went to the #1 on the App Store, even though it was by invite only, which is crazy. Because I want you to imagine this. Hitting a few keys, creating these videos, and using them to potentially turn them into paying customers. And as I've mentioned, we all know that businesses everywhere need short, attention-grabbing videos. And they will pay people like you and me who can deliver those videos and content fast. And this is the opportunity for all of us here. So the way that I got free access into Sora 2 is they have a Discord server. It's free. OpenAI Discord. You can go to Google. You can type it into Google right here. OpenAI Discord. You'll find it at the top of the page. You open up Discord, and there's a channel that says Sora 2 codes. And there are a lot of people that are just spamming in there. I have a code, I have a code, I have a code. It took me about 10 minutes to sift through the people that are saying I have a code and asking them to give me one. Now, the way it works is if you get a code from somebody, then you get 4 more codes that you can give out to other people. And as I've mentioned, I have 2 left. I took this screenshot here. I'm going to be giving one away for the next 4 days for people that like, comment, subscribe, comment below, and I'll be picking somebody in the comments like I did the other day and giving away one of my invites for the next 4 days. But beyond that, if you aren't one of my winners, all you have to do is go to their Discord and just sift through the wheat and the chaff. Is that how you say it? Wheat, chaff, chafe? I don't know. I live in Hawaii, so we don't have any of that here. But if you hung out in there for 10 or 15 minutes talking to people, dropping codes, you'd get your own invite access. So boom, there you go. Now, again, the opportunity to make money with this, I know to be real because I've been selling AI services for a long time. I've been selling marketing services for a long time. And one of the most desirable things for a business is to have a good social media presence. But up until now, it's been so difficult to create the media. As somebody who has sold thousands of websites at this point, run lots of ads, generated millions of dollars in revenue, I can tell you that when you're trying to get a client or a customer back in the day, and when I say back in the day, I mean months ago, one of the biggest bottlenecks, like think about it, if you were to sell somebody a website, you would need their images of their company. You would need the text to put on the website. And that used to be a huge bottleneck, a huge constraint to actually get the project started and finished. And now that's no longer an issue because you can just use AI to create the content. You can use AI to create the images, and now you can use AI to create the video. But why? Why was it such a constraint? And it still actually is for most businesses that don't know how to actually use these tools to create content. I want to share with you a quick little stat that I heard at a conference I went to 2 weeks ago. One of the regional, marketing engineers at OpenAI came and did a talk, kind of like a TED Talk style presentation. And he said that only 9% of the world has ever used a tool like ChatGPT before. 9%. Now, sure, there is a portion of the world that doesn't have internet access, but if you think about only 9% of the world actually opening up a tool like ChatGPT before, that is such a small little sliver of the population, which for you and I, if that sunk in a little bit, you should really recognize how early we are to using these types of tools, offering them to the 28, 29 million businesses in America, if you're US based, or if you're out of the country and you're trying to target American based businesses. Most of them have maybe logged into ChatGPT, maybe, and if they have, maybe they made some recipes or printed out a itinerary for their next vacation with their family or something like that. The other thing he said, and he did this by asking everybody to show by raising their hand, how many of you in the room, and this is a room of marketers, right? I think 1,500 marketers. How many people have used AI in their business? Almost everybody raised their hand. How many people are making money with AI in their business? Almost nobody raised their hand. A room full of marketers. And so I'm saying these things to you because I want to stress to you how wide open the opportunity is to help these small, outdated businesses get onboarded with AI. And you do not need to be a technical expert to do this, right? You just need to know how to use these AI tools that already exist, these AI tools like Sora. And so I want to show you how to get your first client using Sora. But actually, before I jump into that, why don't I show you some of these videos, okay? I have people in my community that are following along with this method. Alan being one of them, took the screenshot. He earned $5,600 last month. Various stuff like social media posting, SEO, websites, updates, collateral. Now he's selling AI subscription marketing services. Now I'm not sharing his results with you saying that you're going to be able to push a button and just replicate that overnight. He's willing to take action, put in the work to get these types of clients, following the methods that I share in my training. And there are plenty of other people in our Facebook group and Facebook community doing so. And the way that I have always found to be the most successful to get clients is by using a foot in the door strategy to get their attention. Now, if you have never sold anything online before and you try to go to a barbershop and sell them a $5,000 website, chances are you're probably not going to be able to do it. But if you give them a website away for free and then sell them something else, once you actually have your foot in the door, that becomes entirely different because the relationship has changed. They trust you now. You've given them something of value. You're not just somebody that's trying to sell them something. You're somebody that has already created a relationship by providing value. And that is kind of the secret why people in my community are so much more successful than in others. So with Sora 2 and these videos I'm about to show you, it's all about having an irresistible offer, which is an offer that is so good, it's difficult to say no to. It's irresistible. And so what I want you to do is offer 2 weeks or 30 days free of free social media content. I'm going to show you how to create the content using Sora. It's super easy. It's just like using ChatGPT. And then I'm going to show you a software tool that you can use to schedule all of the content pieces out that drip out every single day over an entire month. So you don't have to post to those platforms for them, and it can be on multiple platforms at once. This tool is really awesome. You don't even need their social media passwords to set this up. So there's very little friction. And so the irresistible offer, 2 weeks free or 30 days free of free content. And I'm going to show you how to get the ideal person that fits with this offer. Now, let me show you some Sora 2 videos. I told you that I'm located in Maui, and Sora 2 allows you to create these Hollywood-style videos. You've probably already seen them. Pulled up to the reef off the coast of Maui. Water looks unreal, and I'm about to hop in. So many fish down there. Saw a turtle too. That was incredible. Snorkel tour here is a must. So you can see that this definitely looks like Maui. This definitely looks like me. These videos underwater, that looks like the reef in Maui. This is me enjoying a snorkel tour. I have a lot of activity companies in my portfolio of businesses that we do marketing for. So stand-up paddle boards. On the water out here in Maui, it's perfect today. Barely any wind and the water is so warm. Tour guides are leading us along these volcanic cliffs. You can probably see the island behind me. Every stroke gives you that soft surf lesson in Hawaii. Yes. Let's go.
Paddle hard, keep
surf
your chest
lessons.
Up. When you feel the push, pop to your feet.
I'm up!
Yeah.
Even just B-roll. This one's sick. So, how long does it actually take me to create those videos? Seconds. Now, something weird about Sora that I believe is because so many people are using it is the desktop app doesn't work nearly as fast as the mobile app. And I still create videos on the desktop app. You can see these videos I've created. All you have to do when you do get your access is just type in a prompt down here below. And it can be anything. I actually use ChatGPT to give me the prompts. I'll tell ChatGPT I want to make a video for a kayak tour on Maui. Give me a prompt to give to Sora 2. And I'll just paste it in here. And it will give me these videos. And it's seriously a matter of minutes before it cranks out one of these videos. Now, beyond just video content, it's important to mix in image content, right? AI generated image content. I'm going to show you how to do that too, because you don't want to just be posting video. You want to, if you're going to get paid for an entire month for social media content, you want to have something going out every other you want to offer. I have an email template that I'll actually show you how to do that. So you're going to create an irresistible offer. And then what you're going to do is find a good business that would be a good fit to pay you. Now, I have found that the businesses that are the best fit for this are businesses that have not posted to their social media for a long time, but they have a few hundred subscribers. So why is that important? If a business has a social media following, they have a couple of hundred followers, that means they have a little audience of people that know them, that probably love their products and services, and probably want to hear from them, but they haven't. They're not hearing from them. And if they have posted on their social media before, then that also tells me that they understand the value in posting on social media. And the reason they probably haven't continued to post is because it costs money, time, they don't have somebody to do it, and lots of effort on their behalf. So think about that for a second. If they posted before, they know the value. If they have a little bit of a following, 500 to 1,000 followers, this is a good candidate of somebody who would get value out of more posting. And so when you find that type of candidate, and I'm going to show you how to use AI to build you a list of businesses, then you're just going to present them with the irresistible offer of 2 weeks of free content. No skin off your back. Make sense, everybody? Somebody says, create a PNG logo of the client. Tell Sora the actor will be wearing a t-shirt with the logo somewhere on it. Yes, and I have done that same thing with even images, image content. And it looks like branded video, branded content that you can use to create for these businesses. So let's go into building a list. I use Gemini, I use Manus AI to build me a list of business owners. I'm going to give you a prompt actually that you can use. So I have this bonus document here that I'm going to be giving, I'm adding to my AI fast track training. I'll be giving to all of you as well with some additional resources. I have an email template that we're going to use to sell these social media posting services. And then I also have a prompt here that you can use to build a list of leads. So I take this prompt right here and I put it in something like Google's Gemini. Gemini is free. Manus. Manus is free. And I use this prompt to build me a list of leads. So let me scroll down. This is what Manus will give you back. And so what does the prompt look like? The prompt says, I run a digital marketing agency in Maui. I'm looking to expand. My ideal clients are in the travel and activity and home service space. Of course, you can adjust this prompt for your location. I recommend you prospect around your area. That will make it easier for you to bring in customers because that's the one thing you have in common. You know, I live in the area. It says, make me a detailed list of 25 leads in this specific industry. Pick whatever industry you want. I recommend picking an industry that you have some experience in. So I used to be a mechanic. I like automotive. I used to do construction on the side. So home service, I'm familiar with. Something you're familiar with so you can speak the language to these business owners when you're actually working with them. Collect all their business information, including their name, address, phone number, email address. Even give me an idea of what digital marketing services I can offer to each of them. And so when you plug that into a tool like Gemini or Manus, you're going to get a list just like this, which is pretty awesome. And I can tell you that, you know, I have paid people back in the day to build me a leads list, right? This is a list of leads, a list of prospects. I've paid people to build me these types of lists, and now you just have an unlimited supply. You can use different tools to use them. Manus AI is paid. It's a little, actually there's a free version. You can get one free search per day. And if you want more, obviously you can pay for it. I like Manus AI because it's an AI agent tool, so they cross-reference the information with lots of different databases. Google Gemini is free, and the nice thing about Gemini is that it's owned by Google. So, you know, if you're looking for businesses that are in Google, which you should be, the data comes right from them. You can also manually just go into Google and type in automotive, you know, West Bend. Pick an area and find businesses in a specific area that you can look up and get a little more info on. That's essentially what these AI tools are doing. They're doing all that for you and automating it in the process. Now, what do you do when you get this list of leads? Because some of these businesses are going to be a better quality candidate than others. So what I do is I recommend you go through this list a little bit. And remember what I said our ideal customer looks like. Businesses that have not posted. They've posted before, but not in a long time. And they have at least 500 to 1,000 subscribers. And I have recently looked them up, and people are asking for the invite code. I'm going to make sure you're commenting. I'm going to pick somebody over the next 48 hours. I'm going to pick 2 people. I'm going to give away the rest of my invite codes. So make sure you like this video, subscribe, and comment below. And I will definitely enter you to win. And so this is a business that I found in my lead list, and they fit the criteria. They have almost 1,000 followers. They have an audience, right? But look, the last time they posted was in 2024. And you can see the images, the content they've posted. I'm going to retrain you on this now that we're seeing one of these ideal customers. They have a following, they have a product, they've posted before, they know the value in posting on social media. Now I ask you, why do you think they're not posting anymore? Because it's difficult. It's a pain in the butt. It's you know, to create this image, you had to get these people to buy your product. You had to get them out on the water. You had to have somebody there to create this, to take this picture. You had to take a phone or a camera out on the water with you. Now you can create images and content like this without ever having to do that. But this business, they probably lost steam in doing all this. So go through your lead list. Remember the strategy that I gave you. Go to Sora 2, get free invite access, pick a business, and create your irresistible offer. You can use videos at this point, right? If you find somebody like this who makes a great fit, then I would make videos in Sora 2 for them, exactly for them. And then what you're going to do is you're going to reach out to them and you're going to give them this email or even just a one simple line that says, I've created this video for you. Would you like me to run it as an ad for you? Or would you like me to create social media posts just like this for you? And this business, I promise you, this business that knows the value in posting, but is no longer posting, is going to think to themselves, can you do this for me long term? Is this a service that you can offer me? And when you say, I'm going to give you 2 weeks of free content just to try it out, let me know if you like it. We can talk about moving forward with it into the future. Then they're going to be super grateful. The conversion rate, the rate at which you get people to say yes to that, as long as you find an ideal customer, an ideal prospect, is pretty high. But that's a key point that I want to stress with you. You need to find a business that has a following, has posted before. And this is the sweet spot. 500 to 1,000 followers. Any more than that, it could work. But if you find somebody that has 10,000 followers, they're probably a lot bigger business and they're probably already continuing to post on social media on their own, right? So make sure you stick to the Goldilocks zone of an ideal customer and an ideal prospect. Now, I have another email template for you that actually works well that I want to give you. And remember, if you comment, I'm going to give you this template in this document, but you can also just take a screenshot of it right here. It says, hey, I noticed something about your page. Hey, business owner, hope this doesn't come out of left field. I noticed that you've got a solid following on social media, but it looks like you haven't posted in a while with a question mark. Totally get it. Running a business is crazy, but I couldn't help but thinking you've got people already paying attention to you. That's rare. Most businesses would love to have that kind of audience. And every day that they don't hear from you is money left on the table. Anyway, I help businesses like yours stay active and online. No pressure or anything. I'd be able to create 2 weeks of free content for you just to show you what it would look like. And I recommend you give them an image or a video up front with this. Here's an example below. No catch. If you like it, cool. We can chat more. If not, no big deal. You got a couple weeks of quality posts done for free. So that is the irresistible offer that I'm talking about, right? So once we get someone to say yes, how do we give them the content? Well, I use a tool called GoHighLevel to run my entire business. And HighLevel, if you haven't heard of it before, is the best sales and marketing AI automation platform on the planet. And when you log in, you'll see that it's branded with my company name. That's because it's white label. I can give it any label, any branding I want. You can use your branding if you want, or you can just keep using HighLevel if you'd like. But the nice thing about putting your own branding there is when you share it with your clients, when you give them login access, it looks like you created the software. It positions you as someone that is credible and as an authority. And by the way, I'm going to give you 30 days free of HighLevel inside my AI Fast Track training so you can follow along and get, that's plenty enough time if you take action to get your first or your next paying customer and cover the cost of HighLevel. HighLevel is $90 a month, but 30 days free, following along using the method that I gave you in this video is plenty enough time. Now, Mind Marketing, this is our dashboard when we log in. You can see we've already closed 5 new deals this month, and we have a bunch of prospects on the line, A, B, C level prospects that are potentially going to turn into paying customers as well. Remember, we've closed $53,000 in business, but these are my numbers. I've been doing this for a long time, but I have also seen people be really successful in this new AI market. So it's time to take action. Now, I'm bringing up HighLevel to you because HighLevel is essentially my Swiss Army knife. It's my tool belt in Mind Marketing for how I generate cash flow. And what I mean by that is, if you are a roofer or a carpenter, or if you're a mechanic, you have a toolbox with lots of tools. You have a hammer, you have wrenches, you have a impact gun. You need all those things to fix cars and make money, right? Just like an AI marketer needs to have software tools to generate cash flow. And the nice thing about using these tools is if you can follow instructions, you can learn how to use this tool. You do not need to create the AI software to be successful. That's a common misconception, is that people think they need to be like an AI developer or a software engineer to make it in the AI world. The AI tools, I'm going to do a little close up here. The AI tools that you need to be successful, you guys, they already exist. And if you can log into a tool like ChatGPT and follow along and ask questions, then you can invest enough time into something like this to learn it too. So I'm not going to go over all the things that HighLevel can do because it can do many. It can build websites, send emails, send text messages, help you get reviews, lots of little things that you can use to make money with it. which we go over in my AI fast track training. But for the purposes of this video, I'm going to show you the social planner section, which is where you can ask your potential client to connect all their social media. You can see here we have Google Business, Facebook, Instagram, LinkedIn, and there's other platforms. Threads was just added, and they can come in here and connect their social media. So what happens if you get someone to say, yes, give me 2 weeks free of content? All you have to do is go to the Launchpad and hit this button, the send link button, and it'll send them a text message so that they can log in to this platform and connect their social media. So you don't ever have to ask them for their Instagram password or their Facebook password or anything like that. They integrate and connect these things themselves. It makes this process very frictionless. And once they do that, you can see here, these are all posts that I have that are scheduled. This one's going to go out on November 4th. This is going to go on the 11th. This one's going to go on the 18th. And they're all going out to the different platforms, right? Google Business, Instagram, Facebook, LinkedIn. In the past, one of my first clients I ever got years ago, I had to manually write social media content, find images. I belonged to a stock photography club where people were like co-oping and buying images and putting them in a Dropbox. And if you bought one, you put it in there and you could share it with people. So you had the licensing. I don't recommend you do that because you don't need to do it anymore. Now you can use AI in this tool. I'm going to show you how to use this tool to generate images. Any image you want, higher quality than any image you could actually get or buy. And I'm just saying all this because I had to do all this manually, and now you don't have to. I had to log into each individual social media account manually. Well, first I had to convince somebody that I was trustworthy enough to get their password to their social media account so I could log in and manually upload all this stuff to their accounts. Now, you can just use this tool to be the bridge. They can connect everything, you can create everything, and you can schedule everything right here. So if I wanted to create a post for, let's go back to my example of the stand-up paddleboard or, a kayak tour company, right? I would just come here and I would select all the platforms I want to post to. And obviously I want to post to all of them because that is very scalable, because it goes back to my pricing, right? If I want to make $500 a month, maybe I'll sell a package of posting every other day. But if I want to make $1,000 a month from each client, I'm going to post every day to multiple platforms, and they get the value in that. That's why you can raise your prices. And also, I should have said this earlier, but this is a super, super important key part. The service that you're selling, social media posting, it is not to get them more customers. It is the expectation that you are setting is so that they get more activity on their social media. Because if somebody is looking for a stand-up paddleboard tour and they land on this company's page, they look them up and they see that they haven't posted in over a year or 2 years or 3 years, how do you think they're going to feel? They're probably going to go look for a more active company. Same as a restaurant, right? If you're looking for a restaurant and you go to their Instagram to see what type of food they have and you see they haven't posted in a really long time, you might go somewhere that's more active, that has a fresh menu. And so what you're selling, the expectation you're setting is activity. If you set the expectation to, hey, we're going to get you more bookings and more lessons each month, that's an entirely different service. And there's more responsibility. There's more pressure on you to deliver. But if all you have to deliver is one post per day, every time one of those posts go out, whether it gets a good amount of views, likes, or any of that, that's what they're paying you for. That's what makes this service so much better, so much easier, and a great entry point into selling digital services. So I want to go back to creating this content for you before we wrap up. So remember, I'm using GoHighLevel. I have all the social media accounts connected. I'm just going to use AI to generate the text for me. It's all built in automatically. What is the main message or key point you want to communicate in this content? Why kayak tours on Maui are so awesome. What do you want to achieve? More kayak tour bookings. You can change the language: Spanish, Danish, German, French, Finnish, preferred tone of voice, professional, friendly, persuasive. I like to use professional. You can also tell it how many variations. So it'll spit out 3 different variations, or if you want to increase that, you can. I'm just going to hit generate. And I hope you guys, let me know in the comments. Give me like this video if you're getting some value out of this. Let me know in the comments below if you're getting value, if you like this type of topic. Like I said, I just went to a marketing and AI marketing conference, and I got a lot of really good information and perspective from that conference. So I'm going to be bringing it back to my YouTube channel this year, hitting it pretty hard. And I hope there's a bunch of you that are already trying to find the Discord channel and you're in there getting your invite codes. I'm sure there are. The sun is coming up and it's blinding me, so I need to move my desk a little bit. So my posts are made. You can see here, dreaming of a one-on-one, one-of-a-kind Maui experience. Maui Kayak Adventures invites families, nature lovers, adventure enthusiasts to go on guided tours that reveal the island's hidden wonders. 3 different versions. 1, 2, 3. Way better than any post that I could have ever written. And I'm just going to pick one. Okay, I'm going to hit continue. And this is where you would upload your Sora 2 video if you wanted. It gave me a link to a business, Maui Kayak Adventures, and already grabbed an image from them. So I'm going to delete that because that's not what we want, right? We want to create an AI image, create image using AI. This is built in, right? So kayak tour on Maui. Describe your image, kayak tour on Maui. And you can use photography templates, digital art. I'm going to do photography, photo. I want this to be realistic. And so somebody says, I'm in on GoHighLevel because of you. Awesome. I hope you're using it to get clients. I'm sure you're blown away with it. Look at this image that was just created. Took me a couple of seconds. Kayak tour, Hawaiian island. I hit continue. Now think about this for a second, you guys. This took me just a couple of minutes to create this image and text. And now I can schedule it out to 4 different platforms all at once. Do you see the value that this has for a business owner, especially this type of business owner who knows that they should be doing this? They've done it before, but for some reason they haven't continued on, probably because they've lost steam, they lost an employee who was doing it, they don't know how to do it. And that's why creating 2 weeks of free content using this, or using a package of posts and images like this and Sora 2 videos like the ones that I've shared with you, you can upload your videos here if you want. Put them in there. And it's the same thing, right? You schedule them out to all of the different platforms. And so I want to walk you back through the process of where we're at. It took me just a few minutes to create this post. If I move my little video up here, you can see I can save it for later. So what I do is I create the post, and then once I have 2 weeks created, I will let my new prospect know, hey, go back and log into my app, and you will see the 2 weeks of content there. Before I send it out, I just want to make sure you like the direction we're headed. Are the images good? Is the text good? If yes, let me know, and I will set them to go live every single day for the next 2 weeks. And as those posts go out, you guys, every single day one of those posts, hits the feed, they're going to be like, man, I'm so glad that I have somebody doing that. I found somebody that can create these images and these videos and this content for me, and I don't have to do it myself. And when the 2 weeks is over, they're going to say, hey, can you keep doing this for me? How much does it cost? And that's the power of an irresistible offer. That's the power of using a foot in the door strategy. Now, I want you guys to see other people. I want you to not take my word for it. If you go to my Facebook group, you can go to offlinesharks.com/Facebook, and you can pull up my Facebook group. All this stuff that I'm sharing with you, I've got 23,000 other members in here, people that are following along, getting clients. Look at Kristen Bedard right here. I mean, this is 2 hours ago. Again, Kristen is taking action. She's an action taker. She's putting in the work. Time to send the invoice, $3,000 for monthly social media and website management for a bar or a restaurant. If you go in here and you search the hashtag win. Look, Alberto, 20 hours ago, website update, $450 for incorporating monthly SEO services. These are things, other services that I haven't discussed in this video, obviously, because this is one YouTube video, but we do discuss them in the 4-part AI fast track training. So make sure to like the video, comment below. The people that are showed up live on my live stream, I am going to put the link to the fast track training in the comments for you because I appreciate you guys showing up live. Typing that in right now. Boom. And I'm going to give you my entire bonus document for all my most recent videos right here. And you'll see the video that you're watching right now has a link to the bonus document, which is this one, where you have the 30 days of high level right here. And you also get all the templates that I'm giving you. And remember, I'm going to be picking a couple people from the comments to get one of my last 2 Sora 2 invites. So go ahead and like this video if you got any value. Drop your comment below. Subscribe if you haven't already. And I will tag you if you are the winner of the other Sora 2 invite code. And if not, just go to Discord and get another one on your own. So with that, you guys, I hope you got some value, and I will see you